Hi guys, very good morning to you. Welcome to the video number 301 and my name is Ajay. I'm going to talk about today the access. We are going to work on the one of the group query. I'm going to tell you actually how to group the things in the query and when exactly you want to group the things, and then certainly we will also learn that how to export the query output in the Excel. So we will be going to link the MS Access query with the MS Access macro. Okay, now this is going to be intermediate level of a video. So in this video you are supposed to know the access, you are supposed to know the basics of access, like you are supposed to know the select queries, you are supposed to know the tables, what are the tables, right? And if you don't have any idea, please guys go to the channel and you need to find out here these 42 playlists we have created, and just need to find it out, like this is the access macro, access query. So just click on that and you can start your beginner course for the access. Similarly, I have also created a access table here. You need to find it out where it is, and there we have talked about the from the very beginning. I mean, we have talked about the access tables. Now in this video, what I want to show you is that this basically one of the students asked me this because he appeared for the interview, and I thought, let me go ahead and as always, I like to share all the things with you, so that if you're appearing for any IGP or maybe applying somewhere else, you can have the fair amount of idea that how the basically the questions come in your Access Excel or Excel VBA or Access VBA test, right? So as you can see here, I have a database which has a employee ID, name, subject, month, and score. Okay, so every employee ID actually is getting repeated here. For example, you can see here I have Ajay, Bob, physics, chemistry. Their marks are available, but this is for the Jan and this is for the Feb. So we have a repetition. Basically we have a repetition in terms of their employee ID, name, and of course the subject, but the month is different, and every time you have a different score. Now the thing is, the question which we need to crack here is, what if you want to actually find the average of each student in physics, chemistry, maths, and I mean whatever subjects you have underneath this header, guys, right? I'm repeating, what if you want to calculate the average of every student here, right? For example, we have Ajay. You can see here he has scored in the Jan 12 in the physics, and then he has scored in February month in the same subject 35, right? So basically we are interested in finding out the average for every student, right? So how we gonna do that? So when you go ahead and create the query, guys, this is how we create the query. We go to the query design, and in the query design I'm going to pick up this, add this employee database, because I need to link up this employee database. Now what I need is exactly I need first of all the employee ID, so I can double click on that, and the moment you double click, you see that it will fall under this grid, query grid. And then you also need the name, of course, and then we need the subject also, and we don't need the month, right? Because I want the average actually. So what I will do, I will just simply drag this, double click this score. That's it. So now if I click on the view, now view option we use to basically check how the output is going to come. It's basically not running the query, it's just giving you it's a basically you can say that kind of a preliminary round, right, where you can check actually how the query is responding. Now if you look at this, guys, I have here this the Ajay coming. So in this output we have Ajay, you can see here it's coming twice actually. We have Ajay here, we have Ajay here, and same for the Bob, Chatty, all the basically the names are getting repeated, and this is something we actually do not want. I want to actually see the average, right? So what we need to do is you click on the view and you click back on the design view. Now what you need to do is you need to click on this this basically total sign. When you click on that, you see that there is a additional line which gets inserted in your query. which says that total, group by, group by, group by, group by, right? Now what do you mean by the group by? Now guys, group by is a kind of a, you can say that kind of a pivot, right? If you have used a pivot in Excel, then you know that if you have a multiple items, if you have a repetition in your data, so in order to summarize that, right, in order to make the total of that, you use the pivots. So the same way, when if I click on the view, if you have a look on this, you see that in this case I get to see here Ajay, I get to see here Ajay, I get to see here, you know, Prasad 2 times. So basically there is as such no change, right? But the reason is but they are coming now together, right? The query has grouped them, right? Now when the query has grouped them, what you need to do, that you need to pick up that item, pick up that field header which has a number, and you want to, you know, find out the average of it. So you know that I want to find the average of the score. So what I will do, if you want to sum them, you can sum them. If you want to average, as we want to average actually, you can use the average here. So this comes using this total option. We also call it group. Okay, now when I'm gonna run this or view this, you see that we have not getting any repetition now. Every name is coming once, and it's the average basically which is coming now, right? So in this way we can create this query, right? You can see here again, I have just clicked on the group, and here in the employee database table, the score header, right? I'm saying that once you group them, particularly for this score, we need to average it. Okay, so now I'm going to save this query, because this is the query I need to export in the Excel. So I'm going to keep it query 1, that's fine, because I have just a one query. But in your case, please always give it a meaningful name, because when you will have 10-20 queries, it will be very difficult to see that, you know, what the query actually is doing if you will not give them the correct naming, right? So now what is the next thing I want to do? Now the next thing which I want to do is I want to create a macro. So go to the create guys and click on the macro. When you click on the macro, this is what exactly you would see, a macro with some options here and with this drop down. Okay, so make sure that you click on the show all action so that all the macros should come. Now what we need to do is there is a macro which starts with the export. So I'm going to write here EX, export with formatting. So I'm going to choose that. Now here we have bunch of, you know, different parameters. I'm simply going to select them. So object type means what you want to export basically. So I'm going to click on this drop down, and I have a query because I want this query to be exported. Object name, you will have to tell the name of the query. So the query name is query 1. Output format is that, you know, what exactly you want to export this, in which particular format you want to, you know, export this. So you got to click here, and when you click here, just choose the Excel workbook, because I want to export this output in the, you know, Excel file. Output file would be the name of the file. So right now what I will do, I will export it in the E drive. I'm gonna name it my file as test.xlsx. Don't forget to write the extension, right? Extension should be there. Rest of the things you can leave as it is, we don't really require. So now just close it. Do you want to save the changes? Yes, I want to save. Would you like to give it a name? Of course you should give it a good name. For example, I would write here that export data, export average marks. Let's say this is what I want to, you know, do. Now once you have this table macro created, now let me take you to my E drive. Now what happens, you don't have to run the query separately. You don't have to click on the query, because the macro will open the query, and if you're gonna have the query open, you know, automatically you will see the file here if the macro is correct. Now you can see guys, I have my E drive totally empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to click on this macro. This macro will run this query automatically. So there we go, and the macro ran. Let's go to the E drive and let's find it out. All right, so I see here a file called test.xlsx, and the date is 2nd January. By the way guys, I wish you a very happy new year. The new year has started, and I promise you this year definitely we are going to upload lot of videos on Access and Access VBA, of course Excel VBA as well. And I have a target of uploading almost, you know, 100 to 200 videos before the month of the March, so that you don't have to go anywhere. If you are interested in learning Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA, we have already 300 videos, but I want more, you know, I want to put more information. So keep writing me in, keep giving your comments, and I will, as you know, keep on uploading the videos. Alright, so we are back, and now you can see that we have got the output, and this is perfect, right? We have got all the things, and the query works. But I am just thinking of one thing. Why are you getting the employee ID is 0? I don't think so. I have created it. Let me have a look here again. Oh yeah, actually you got some employee IDs as 0, but that's fine, you know. I just wanted to tell you the concept. So basically what we learned, if you have a repetition in your data, you know, and you want to group them, you want to sum them, or you want to maybe average them, or you want to find out the maximum, you know, maximum out of that particular category. For example, here if I want to find that when Bob has scored the maximum marks out of all Jan, Feb, March, April months, you know, then you can do that. What you need to do is you simply need to, when you grouped it, if you remember here in this drop down, you also have the option called the max, right? But I think the interesting part is that how you link it with the query. So this is very interesting. This is export with formatting. If you want to learn more about the Access macros, please go ahead and check out that Access macro playlist, right? So we are done with this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And next time when you appear for the interview, you can imagine that, you know, these kind of questions can come, where people will understand that if you're able to link up the queries with the, you know, tables, if you're able to link up the macros with the queries, and that's what is, you know, Access all about. So I'll see you soon with the next video, and once again wish you a very, very successful year ahead. And as always, I request you to subscribe to the channel and, you know, watch all those amazing videos. I will be back very soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.